Now, when he comes out, he's going to feed the kings, which are all hanging out up top here. The kings, we got them from Japan about 13 years ago when we opened, and ever since we got them, they have been hand-fed. Well, hand-fed ever since they were hatched. And if we didn't feed them, they wouldn't eat. So they don't know how to. So we have to feed them by hand. That's what he's going to do first. Now you'll notice they're all up on that ledge. That's new. I think they did that last night. We came in this morning and they were all up there. So he's going to have to feed them up there. He's going to figure it out. Tomorrow they're going to try and rush them all back down to the bottom. Breeding season's coming up. Courting and breeding season's coming up. They can't really do that up there. So they got to get them back down. And so that can continue normally. So those are kings. Those are not emperors. So often people think we have emperor penguins. They look similar. The emperors are just bigger. Emperors can get to about 4 to 4.5 feet. Our kings can get to about 3 to 3.5 feet. They live pretty close together. They have the same behavior, so they are very similar. But we have kings. The big difference is emperors need much colder temperatures. Our temperature here is about 35 degrees. The water is about 40. And that's perfect for all 5 of our species in here. The emperors need sub-zero. They need about 20 below to be comfortable. And we just can't do that. Most places can't. There's only one place in the world, I believe, that has emperor penguins. That's SeaWorld San Diego. They have emperor penguins. It needs to be 20 below. And they actually need about complete darkness for about 3 months out of the year. Because the emperors live on the very southern tip of Antarctica. So the very southern tip of the globe. So they go without sun for about 3 months. 2-3 months, something like that. The kings live just a little bit north, so they don't need that. They do get sunlight. We do keep them on the southern hemisphere sun and moon cycle, so it feels fairly natural to them because their courting and their breeding and mating has to do with that cycle. So we keep them on that, so it's not weird. They don't get out of whack. Everything continues on normally, and we're not messing them up anyway. So we're the northern hemisphere, obviously. They're the southern hemisphere. We're complete opposites. Our days, we're in winter now, our days are really short, their days are really long. Say back in summertime, our days were the longest. Their lights actually went off at about 4:30 at the shortest day during the summertime. So it's kind of tricky. We are an aquarium, you can't see anything when the lights are out. So it gets a little bit tricky. That's why emperors are kind of not realistic to have, because you can't do anything with them for 2-3 months out of the year. They need total darkness. It's kind of tough to do that. So those are the kings. We have 4 other species in here. We have the Gen2s. Those would be our 2nd biggest penguin and the 3rd biggest penguin in the world. Those are these guys right here. They have the white earmuffs on their heads. And here, they're most commonly found in the water. They love to swim. They're the fastest penguin swimmer. All penguins swim generally about 15-16 miles an hour. Humans, Michael Phelps was caught at 8 miles an hour. So they're already twice as fast as us. The Gen2s have been caught going about 25 miles an hour. They're the fastest penguin. They're super cool. Sometimes they'll dart back and forth here. They'll show off their skills. It's really fun when they start doing that. Now, how often or how long it can stay underwater is dependent on the species. The Gen2s can stay up to about 5 minutes. That's on the longer side. But the kings can only go for about 2 minutes. So it all depends on the species. The longest I think penguins can go is about 5 or 6 minutes. They can go underwater. This is Dan. He's a penguin biologist. He's going to be feeding them today.